Hi, I'm Julie Zeglin, the editor of Generosity.org, a social impact news site here in Philadelphia. This is Around the Corner, our Philly Cam show, in which I interview local social impact leaders about their work in the city. And I have with me right now Roberto Torres, who is the lead reporter for Technically Philly. Thanks for coming on.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and full disclosure, we are office mates. We sit across of a table to each other.
Desk mates.
Desk mates, yeah, because Generosity is a sister site of Technically Philly, but we cover different topics. So could you explain what Technically Philly is?
So Technically Philly is a website that covers all the happenings about technology in the city, and throughout the years, it was founded in 2009, but through the years it's grown to cover a whole bunch of different things because technology has been overlapping into a bunch of industries and areas of society, and it's been impacting people in different ways. So we try to take a look at that and see how our community is growing, how it is developing, what its interests are, what its faults are, and we try to do the best job that we can, bringing in as many voices as possible. So while I am the lead reporter, we of course are always trying to bring in people who are in the know to share their expertise, share their knowledge and concerns about what's happening in the Philadelphia tech scene.
Great. And can you give an idea of scale-wise, what is the tech scene? Who generally is involved in it? What types of companies and organizations?
Sure. So we look at the tech scene as this wide-ranging consortium of both small independent entrepreneurs, independent professionals who work in technology in some capacity, to the small early stage startup that's trying to put together a product in the technology world, say a piece of software or develop a product, to a very large Fortune 50 company that's located here in Philadelphia, like Comcast, that has an overarching view of technology and has a little bit of stake in different fields. So it really is a wide-ranging and growing slice of Philly's economy. And a report that came out earlier this year says that 102,000 people work directly in technology, and that number is slated to grow next year.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a lot of people. And so we have some overlap in our coverage sometimes because of tech companies that have a social impact bent to them. So I'm thinking of like Roar for Good, which is a wearable safety device company that produces those devices. Borderwise, which is a tech company that works with immigration, and other companies that are for profit, but they have some sort of mission attached to them. And so within that space, can you think of trends or like different companies that you're keeping an eye on that have that mission?
Well, I'm rather interested in the work of Azavia, which is to put it in simple terms, it's a mapping company, but they do applications that are in the geospatial realm of things. And they're a certified B Corporation, which means that they have to meet certain standards of bringing a mission, an impact mission into what they do. I see this as a trend that's going to continue. I feel that more companies are interested not in just doing the thing that they were born to do and develop the product that they started with, but trying to see how that mission can impact others and have a positive outcome for their life's mission.
Yeah, and there has been a rise in companies like Azavia, B Corps, social enterprises, not just in Philadelphia, but in the world, the country at large especially. And that's something that's been exciting to report on for Generosity as well. And that's one trend, but what else is happening in the Philly tech scene, and what are you excited about for 2018?
Well, one thing that has been on the rise lately is the realization that no conversation about technology can happen without bringing some form of diversity discussion into it. I feel that 2018 is going to be a much different year in that sense, where it's going to be intentional and there's going to be a purpose about bringing in as many diverse voices into things like product development that can go and impact someone's life. Things like building a piece of software that can make decisions about what your life is going to be like. And I think Philly's being more intentional about realizing that it can't do that with its back turned to the city.
Yeah, because the purpose of diversity is to reflect the people who are a part of the city, who are, the demographics of the city, the different professions of the city. And so, yeah.
True, and it's a problem that's been acknowledged by our city's leaders that our startups, our average tech startups, those that get funded, those that we know about, those that have a flashy product to build, often their tech teams are not reflective of what the city is like. And understanding that that's a problem, that's been done with. We've identified and noticed it. That 2018 is about what do we do with this?
Yeah. Now that we know that, well, now that we're acknowledging that there's a problem, how do we fix that problem? Yeah.
Exactly, and a lot of outreach is the solution to that. Keeping an open line of conversation and understanding that you need to be intentional. That it's not going to happen by accident. Leaders need to understand that they need to do something and then go and do it.
Yeah.
And for 2018, I'm really interested in keeping up with our 2017 Real List, which is a group
the
of...
Real List.
Yes, the Real List. A group of 20 companies we've been watching for some time now. Throughout the year, they've all been doing incredible things. From number one, Blackfin, a company that is in the health IT space that's doing really interesting things. And then I'm going to sit down with my editor-in-chief, Zach Zeuer, to talk about who the companies in 2018 are going to be.
Ah, who's the next realist? Yeah, and so these are all startups that are born and raised in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I can't give out any names though. Haven't decided. We haven't decided yet.
We'll have to wait and see.
Intrigue.
Yeah, intrigue. Awesome. Thanks so much, Roberto.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great to talk with you.
Around the corner.